Good morning, challengers. Today is day number 8, and today you had your first weigh-in. Congratulations, you beasted this whole week, and hopefully you did great on the weekend as far as your nutrition program and sticking to the entire program, and you should see your hard work and your results on the scale. Like I told you yesterday, please don't compare your results to anyone else. God has made us all differently. We all have the same destination, but we go through a different journey and we travel different roads. As long as we get there at the end, who cares? It really doesn't matter. As long as you put in all your effort and you're putting everything on the line, that's what all it takes. So no matter what you weigh in today, don't get frustrated. You just get back on track. Make sure you do everything correctly. The formula is simple. Work out 5 days a week. FTDI with the nutrition program. Make sure you get plenty of rest, recover, drink a gallon of water, and it will get there. Like I said, 27,000 people have gone through the program, and I'm sure that if they've done it, you can do it as well. Today, matter of fact, we had somebody lose close to 21 pounds in week 1. Isn't that incredible? So like I said, I'm sure we're going to have somebody who will gain 2 pounds. But if they do everything, they'll still will get to that 20-pound mark at the end of the 6 weeks. So what I want to talk to you about is the question I get all the time is, Sam, does 1 pound of muscle weigh more than 1 pound of fat? Does muscle weigh more than fat? And the answer is yes and no. And here's what I mean by yes and no. Well, 1 pound of fat and 1 pound of muscle weighs the same. 1 pound is 1 pound. So you put 1 pound of muscle on this side of the scale and 1 pound of fat on this side of the scale, they're going to balance out. 1 pound is a pound. So that's the kind of a trick question. I guess what people are trying to say is that fat is more voluminous. So for example, if you had 1 pound of fat, it will occupy about this much space. Where 1 pound of muscle, because it's so dense, it occupies less space. So therefore, that's why you could work out and completely lose inches, completely look differently, and get more tone, lose a lot of inches, but nothing could budge on the scale. That's when you change the quality of your weight, not necessarily the quantity of your weight. Now, we're in a 6-week, 20-pound weight loss challenge. Our goal is not to necessarily gain muscle tone, is for us to lose maximum fat while maintaining muscle tone. Now, once you get to the weight that you want and you want to graduate to the hard body challenge, in that challenge, we're trying to gain muscle while we strip away the body fat. 2 different processes, okay? So again, fat is more voluminous, it occupies more space, so the more fat you have, the bigger you look, and the more muscle you have, the more compact you look because it occupies less space. I hope that makes sense to you. Also, before I forget, also remember, muscle is a metabolically active tissue. We want to try to preserve muscle at all times because muscle is what drives metabolism. 1 pound of muscle burns an extra 50 calories a day because it's constantly contracting. Think about it. Have you ever had a fat cramp? Have you ever all of a sudden jogged and next thing you know your fat over here start cramping up and you're like, oh my God, my fat cramp? No, you never had a fat cramp because fat is not a metabolically active tissue. It's just adipose tissue that jiggles, right? There's no contractile tissue like the muscle. Therefore, the more muscle tone you have, the more calorie you burn, the higher the basal metabolic rate. 1 pound of muscle burns an extra 50 calories per day. If you gain 10 pounds of quality muscle over the years, and believe me, 10 pounds of quality muscle for even a guy that's working out really hard and heavy, it's going to take about 2 years. If you're a female, do not worry. We just want muscle tone. We don't want muscle bulk. And believe me, by you lifting heavy weights, it's not going to happen overnight. If it does happen to you, let me know what your secret is because it's not really happening to me. And I've been working my butt off for the last 25, 28 years. Okay? So I hope that helped you a little bit. God bless you. Keep working hard. This is week number 2. And stay on track. I can't wait to see you at the top. Bye-bye.